Hi, this is Deborah Atkinson, the voice for fitness and the author of Navigating Fitness After 50, your GPS for choosing programs and professionals that you can trust. And that book was a brainchild of mine after being in fitness for 28 years. And the reason being is as we age, we are less resilient. So our joints don't tolerate quite as much. Our muscles get a little bit more sore, may need a little bit more recovery. It's not that we can't be just as fit, and sometimes more so than when we were younger, but we just have to exercise smarter and know what's good and what's going to actually be conducive to more fitness and what actually will push you backward and stop you from getting the results you want. So that is part of the reason why I've designed the Well You webinar. And that begins January 7th, 2014. But all of the links from prior webinars will be up on a website so that you can access them. And what I plan to do is week by week give you a virtual magazine of content that you can trust. So one of the things that comes over and over again up in terms of energy and sleep and feeling fatigue or maybe a lack of motivation for the 50 or 60 or close even to 70 something, I hear that repeatedly as a request for, I don't know what's gotten into me, I just don't seem to have it. We're going to address one full webinar toward the end of January, beginning of February to productivity. So how do you get optimal productivity and energy? So we want that feeling back that we had when we were 20, even though we know we're decades from it. But there are optimal ways that you can actually use sleep. So in this particular webinar, we're not going to go into how do you enhance sleep, although we will in another webinar in February. We're going to talk about what is optimal, what's the optimal amount of sleep, and how do you schedule your sleep going to bed time, your getting up time, and then from the moment you wake up, what actually is shown and proven through research for the majority of people to be the best way to pay attention to your body clock. So really adhere to the schedule that it wants to anyway. And as we go through that webinar talking about how do you enhance your productivity, so whether you're a CEO and thinking about yourself, or you're thinking about people that are managers that work for you, or everyone under those managers, and wanting to know how do you suggest to them they take better care of themselves, great information. Or you're at home and you still want to be more productive and have more energy throughout your day. What does it take during your first 2 hours, 90 minutes to 2 hours? What does it take after that? What kind of fuel? What should you be doing? What activities should happen when? When should you take breaks? What happens to your eyes when they're so close to the screen? What about the posture that you're forced to sit in all day? Or if you're standing, what about window light versus other types of lighting that you might be in? What kind of effects do those have? We're going to go into all of that and talk a little bit more in detail about what you can control, what you can't, and how you can optimize your productivity. So when you read books like The 4-Hour Work Week, some of the hints in that book actually allude to this. Somebody has figured out how to be really productive during time that they schedule to actually be at work. So that, yes, passive income is a piece of it, and you've learned how to put things in place so you've got other people working for you, or you've got online passive income coming in, but there is more focus on a particular time of, I'm working right now, here's what I'm doing. It's the biggest return on my investment for activity, and that's why I'm doing this right now at this particular time of day. That's what we're going to talk about when we talk about productivity on Well You. So I hope to see you there. Click right here for more details.